Hi everyone, Deb here. I'm here for 10 on the 10th. This is a collab hosted by Metal Scrappin' Chick, who is Kim. Hi Kim. And it's an open collaboration this year. You can join in as you want to or not. We post at noon Eastern on the 10th each month or as you can. I didn't do it a lot the first half of the year and then I sort of joined in the second half. And the original idea was make 10 Christmas cards each month so that you're ready for the season. Well, I have such an accumulation of Christmas cards, and I don't have that many people to mail or give them to. So my neighbors and my family, and and a few friends, and that's about it. Um, so I'll be giving away a lot of cards this year, both Christmas and not. Anyway, I also have an overabundance of paper. I'm trying really hard not to buy paper, but there's one paper pad at Michael's that I've seen that I really want to get, but I don't have the room, so I'm really trying not to. Anyway, I had it in my mind. I found this, which I actually had in one of these things. See, All Is Bright DSP. And I thought, I'd really like to get rid of that. I have another couple like that too. And but I used a lot this month, but I still have this pretty stocking paper. I did use some of this, but the other sheet, I guess, that was in here, and I finished that, I think. And I used this, which has this on the other side, and I used it both for this side and this side. I don't know if this pack had 3 sheets each or what, but I have a lot of paper left. I had this already as a thing, and I thought, oh, I'll make a regular slimline, but I never got to that. I had an idea for that. And then there was this paper in it with this polka dots, and I did use some of that. And then these are what I have left of the other sheets. There's no more of this sheet. And there was another one that was a little bit different. I think it was this one. It had more, well, you'll see. I'll show it. It had more of these little gold ornaments on it. So that's what I have left of it. Let me put it back in this folder so I don't lose it. And it's, of course, retired a couple years ago, but I'm trying to use it. And so you may see this again, like with those stockings and stuff. I'm kind of done with the ornament one, but there's that one poinsettia sheet. And then I did bring in on a couple cards this gold shimmer vellum, which I completely forgot I even have, and I still have a whole sheet of that and some pieces. And this is the current product. I think this is on their website only. It's adhesive backed gold and silver, 1 sheet each of glimmer paper. Now it's pretty good about not losing the sparkle, but some of it rubs off a little bit. At least it did for me after you die cut it. And I used that twice, and you'll see that later on. And then I'll just show you everything else as I go. But oh no, one more thing. So because I wanted to use up paper, I went looking in my stash for what are they? A7 5x7 cards. And I thought these were going to be it, because it says 5x or A7 envelopes, right? Well, what it is flat cards and envelopes. I thought, cool, I have some card bases. Well, no, not exactly. I have card mats, but I use them as cards because, who says cards that are going to go in the trash anyway have to be cards that open? I mean, you could fold them in half and make little note cards out of these, but I used them like postcards, and I figured they'd be all right and they have envelopes. They'd be all right for the neighbors or something, because I'm going to give them a gift anyway. And there you go, because they're going to throw them in the trash. I know they are. Which is kind of, kind of like, why am I doing this if they're going to throw them in the trash? Anyway, let me just get started, and I'll try to remember other stuff I used. This is the first one, and I'm going to want to open them and show you, and I can't. So this is some of that adhesive glimmer paper. Now on this, I saved the other part that came out of here, and I inlaid this. Okay, so this is the first other thing I have to show you. That is a current Stampin' Up! Stamp set called Joy to You. It's in their 2023 September to December mini catalog. Um, and I used that on the first 5 cards, but I think I either used this one or May Your Christmas Be Merry and Bright. I don't think I used the other two, but I could be wrong. Okay, so that's the first stamp set, and I just stamped that in Shaded Spruce, because the colors in this paper are Shaded Spruce, Garden Green, Real Red, Cherry Cobbler, and Crumb Cake, I believe. Don't hold me to that. So this was already a scrap, and this was a scrap, which I think I had to cut down a little bit up here on both of them. And then this was the back of one of the designer papers. And on the back, I have another little scrap there. And actually, no, that's the same one. Okay, and then also, I used some on the envelope inside. And how I did that is, it was 7 inches, I think, or a little more. And I pulled it up, and I held it in place, and I cut around the edge. I pulled it up about a ½ inch above the envelope flap. And then I cut around it, and then I pushed it back in. And I only glued the top down and folded it. So that has some movement, and that's my first one, okay? And then the second one uses that, I think it's the same paper. It's the same as on the envelope. I think this one is a slightly different paper. Yeah, I think that's a different paper. So this one I stamped right on the Bokeh Dot paper, which is a pale tan. I don't know if you can see the Bokeh Dots in it, like up here and here. I just used one of the scallop contour dies, I think is the name of it. Where are you? Here you are. Yes, scallop contour dies. There's the one. Cut that out. I did bump this one up on foam, and it is not Stampin' Up. It is this big roll, which I think I got at scrapbook.com, but it has a pretty decent depth to it. I didn't want to add too much dimension to these cards. And then these ribbons, I just made it like an easel, you know. This is a retired Real Red from the Sweet Talk Suite in 2021, and this is retired gold shimmer ribbon. Yeah, not my favorite ribbon, that gold one, but it's sparkly for the season, so it's good. And on the back, that one is plain. I'm keeping them with the envelopes. This next one, I used the adhesive glimmer paper. Now this uses Peaceful Boughs, the dies to it, which are Beautiful Boughs dies, a big one and a little one here. And also this uses, I use that same stamp set, Joy, what I call it, Joy to You? Yeah, Joy to You. These I think are in their annual catalog, page 127 and 137. They're like metallic pearls, and metallic enamel effects basics in gold. So I just put, because these leaves, pine boughs look different colors, I actually used Garden Green. I cut it out in Shaded Spruce and I thought it was too dark, so I used Garden Green. But I just wanted to go over it with a little bit of this gold and give it some texture. And then I tried to put gold down along here. I don't know if this one will go to anybody because I kind of got it messy and I don't know how to fix that. There, and there. So I shouldn't be pointing out my boo-boos, but there you have it. That one's May Your Christmas Be Merry and Bright. And that one's blank on the back as well. And I don't think these cards are exactly cut right, or my trimmer's not cutting the paper the right way, because I cut them to 5 by 7 and I either get little pieces over the edge or not quite enough, and almost every one I had to trim with scissors or the other one. Now this is a very simple one. Again, scallop contours dies for both the background. This is that gold shimmer vellum. I really like that, and gold embossing powder. And I have put these down onto this beautiful paper with tear and tape. I've been using that a lot more lately, especially when you use vellum and stuff. And that one's blank on the back too. Every card is different. Okay, so this one, this is one of the backs of the papers. I can't remember which one it's the back to. And this is for you. This I had in my scraps with my shaded spruce. And then these, they are not Stampin' Up. They are from Little Bee, this little bulb right here. And I had gotten that on Blitsy for $4.50. Is Blitsy even still around? I haven't gotten any emails, so I don't think so. I don't know. I can't remember. Anyway, it's from Little Bee Christmas Icons. And, 2016. So I probably got it in like 2017 or something. And it came on a magnetic sheet already, so yay. And then I die kind of just the top part of the bulb with that adhesive glimmer paper, and I put it on over them and layered them, and I thought that went so well with that paper, right? And these are like, do I have that all over the back? Yes, I have that piece all over the back, and then this on top of it, scraps, and nothing on the back of that either. So I think they came out cute, and I did use a lot of paper, but I still have a lot more. Here's another one with the bulbs, but this time I used a different set. Where are you? Okay, here we go. This one, Festive and Bright. This is retired too. It's got Halloween witch hats and apples or peaches. I think they're apples. And this, and I decided to use this. Now I put it this way because I had paper that fit. Now these are not on top of each other, they're up against each other, the red and the light bulbs. And so I had to cut this because that is actually a longer stamp than 5 inches. I think it's 6 inches. So I cut it, and I just used I want to say Bright Daffodil Delight, Real Red, and Light Shaded Spruce, and I stamped it in Dark Shaded Spruce. And this is Shaded Spruce and Shaded Spruce here. These were the stitched Stylish Shapes dies, these here. And this is now retired trim, the gold and silver Simply Elegant trim, which I have 2 packs of, so I'm using it. And on this one I did use another piece of the paper, and Hoping Your Christmas Shines Bright with the Love of Family and Friends. And this is from Brightest Glow. I used this several times throughout this, so here it all is merry and bright. Because this set just said Festive and Bright, I just didn't like that as much. I thought all is merry and bright is better. I don't know. I'm weird that way. Anyway, that's that one. And I forgive my voice. I have been sick, and I was feeling a lot better, and I must have overdone something because I'm not feeling good again. But I don't feel like I did as bad as last week. Alright, I had this piece. I might have had to cut it down another ½ inch to fit, or I think another inch to fit in here. I think it was the size of the card. And I had these ½ inch strips off something. So I put them down first, and I laid that in. And I thought, and this is a scrap, which I see is it's a little wider over here. Anyway, that's the adhesive stuff again. And Hoping Your Christmas Shines Bright with the Love of Family and Friends is out of that same, I think it's out of that same, yeah, Brightest Glow right there. So it's out of the same one as All is Merry and Bright. And I just used my circle dies that are retired from Stampin' Up. regular and scallop. And then I wanted to do something a little different on the next one. So I pulled out some stuff I hadn't used yet. So on this card, I'm pretty sure I got these from Spellbinders because they have the Stampendous stuff now, and I'm pretty sure I got it earlier this year, maybe on clearance, I can't remember. Anyway, Merry Christmas to you, little birdie, and this is a Junco bird. I looked up birds, and I went the easy route with the little Junco, and I used a white chalk pen on its fluffy little belly and on the snow covering the berries, but I didn't put any sparkle on it. And it's a large stamp, and this is the sort of poinsettia paper in the background, and the gold glimmer paper, because I just felt like it needed something else. And I didn't put any bling on these. Now on the back I just have a strip of that this paper also. So that is that. And then the next one, I used a Stampendous stamp as well, but a different one. Which, here it is. This one. It is a deer head. They don't show you the actual one on the back. Pretty sure I got it at the same time as I got the little birdie. Oh, well, duh. Hang on, everyone. Let me flip it around the way you're supposed to have it in the package. So you can see what it looks like. That. Alright, so here's the card. It's the same paper as in the background on this one. It almost looks like spider webs, but it's actually poinsettia leaves with the little centers in gold. So, and I used the deckled rectangles by Stampin' Up! For both this, and I'll tell you where this is from in a moment, and also the Merry Christmas. The deer used Stampin' Up's the new color Wild Wheat, because I thought it almost looked, it's a little darker, but it almost looked like these, and I did put Wink of Stella just on those, which you're not going to be able to see, but anyway, to add a little sparkle just to those. The ribbon is light and dark real red, the berries are dark red, the greenery is shaded spruce, and these are a retired color called Just Jade, which I had. The pink, probably too pink, is in fact I think I need to tone that down, is the new color, Bubble Bath. This is Bone, and he is done, or she, it looks like a she to me for some reason, is done in no, it's a he because it's a book. Duh. It's done in crumb cake, light dark, and a little bit of bone in it too, and a little bit of gray granite on his nose. And oh, the 'Tis the Season, I think that was Brightest Glow too. Yeah, again, Brightest Glow. Here's the 'Tis the Season. Most of these that I used today, I had never used those particular ones. And on the back, I did the Merry Christmas, because, and I know that because I had to take the, you know, the sticky stuff off and put it on the stamps. They weren't out of the red rubber yet. So, yeah, and this one is a little different paper. Remember I said there were two similar but not exact. This one has like the red bells, and this one has these little, I don't know, they look like styrofoam gold ornaments to me. I was originally going to center him here, but I don't know, I liked it off center better with the sentiment down here. So that's it. And I didn't bump that up. And I have one more. And it's this one. I had more of this ornament paper, but I didn't want to do exactly the same thing as I did with this one. I thought, well, what else am I going to do? And then I remembered I had this set, which is called Ornamental Envelopes. It's retired. It's long retired. I don't remember the year. But it had like A2 size envelope liners and these ornaments. I remembered these ornaments. And so I heat embossed them on white in with gold embossing powder. And then Let me see. I think this is out of a different stamp set. One sec. Yeah. It's out of Very Best Occasions. May your days be happy, your heart be light, your Christmas merry, and the new year bright. And then I again use, excuse me, some of that gold shimmer ribbon and just tied a bow there. I did, excuse me, I did not want to add bulk and bump this up or put it on another piece of paper in the background. So I corner chomped with this corner chomper, the 1/2-inch side. We Are Memory Keepers. I don't really like the way it does the corners, but anyway, I mean, it cuts them good, but they sort of aren't all the way around. Anyway, maybe it's user error. Anyway, I went around the pieces that I cut here after I corner chomped them with this Sharpie paint pen just to make it pop off the background a little bit, which is ornament, polka dots, ornament, polka dots, ornament, polka dots, ornament. 1-inch strips each, 7 of them, and 5-inch across. And I think, yeah, I left that one blank on the back. And that is it, my friends. They're all different. They're on these flat cards. Would you send those out flat like that? You can't really stand them is the only thing. They'd have to be like clipped on something to hang them. Or would you bulk them up and put them on a card base, which I can't find, just plain 5x7 card bases. I could make them, but you know, that uses a lot of paper, which I have, but yeah, I didn't feel like it. I did these over a period of like 3 days and just about 2 or 3 hours each day, because it takes me time to color and stuff. This one took me I don't know why. That one actually took me longer to color than this one did. Anyway, but I felt like doing a little coloring. And honestly, the ideas came pretty good after the first one. This one took a while, even though it's messier. This one didn't take very long. And it took me a while just to get started, to figure out what I was doing with all this paper. And so this one actually shouldn't have taken the longest, but I think it was one of the longer ones. And then once I got started, you know, this one went fast. This one didn't take real long, but figuring out this was a scrap that was already at an angle, but it had some problems with the edges and stuff. And figuring out the color behind it, you know, this one took me a while. Anyway, and then letting it dry too. This one was easy once I found the glimmer paper and decided to heat emboss. I don't know why I have an aversion to doing that. And then the rest of them were pretty quick. They didn't take that long. It's just that I haven't been feeling good, and so, you know, I just did it a little at a time. So there you go. Please go see what others have made by using the hashtag. There's no formal list. Metal Scrap and Chick hosts it. Metal Scrap and Chick. Yes, I can talk. Sometimes. And it doesn't have to be cards. It can be tags. It can be memory. I was going to do memory decks cards, and I changed my mind. Also, this goes up at noon on the 10th, which is Tuesday, and I'm supposed to have a live on Tuesday at noon, and I am not going to this week because I don't think my voice will hold out for a whole hour. Okay? All right, guys, take care, and I'll see you next month for something Christmas. Have a great week. Bye.